This crazy Mimi's Chocolate Manish chick, and I have something going on just a little bit different from my norm because I want to start a new venture this year, which is called Showing Up for Me. So, hey, what are you planning on doing for 2019? Let me share my thoughts with you. And in order to do that, the first thing that I want to do is kind of let you know who I am, what I'm made of, and where I'm going with this crazy life, I think. But anyway, way back in the day, I was born to some wonderful parents, and that God handpicked just for me because He knew it was going to take some special folks to be able to deal with this crazy chick. So, anyway, I am the sister to two brothers, and therefore I did not have them little girly girls in my life to make me girly girly. So I hung out with my brothers, and therefore I was very much a tomboy, which was not to the pleasing of my dad, who wanted a little frilly girl, and that just wasn't happening in me. So with that being said, and the fact that I was super tall and skinny whenever I was little, I started having kind of like some self esteem issues, I guess you could say. I never considered myself to be that pretty girl and all this kind of stuff. And I had a tendency to let people kind of walk all over me because I wanted to be accepted and whatever. So anyway, several years ago, I got on Facebook and I put up a post that says, "What is your fondest memory of me?" And there was a friend of mine from junior high school that I used to like just envy the dog poop out of because I just thought she was so cool. She had the neat little clothes, and she hung out with a mutual friend. Actually, they lived across the street from each other, and I just like kind of wanted to be her. She had the pretty full hair. I had tall, stringy hair, thin, stringy hair. It was just like, yeah, whatever. But anyway, this person made a comment that said, my fondest memory of you is your awesome Girl Scout uniform. And I was like, really? You know? And she also went further to say, I wanted to be you. I wanted to be tall like you. I wanted to wear the Girl Scout uniforms like you. And I wanted to be you. And what a humbling moment that was in my life for Kim to have said that, because I never knew. So, with that being said, you need to be careful how you live your life because they got people that's watching you and they may have somebody that wants to be like you. So, with that being said, just make sure that you are the best you that you can be. And thank you, Kim, for that moment in my life that still affects me to this day, to know that there are people that want to be me, what they see. But there's a lot that went into this chick here today. So, fast forward my life through high school and all that, where I was not picked to go to dances because, number one, I had a reputation that I was not going to put out, unlike the other reputation that some people's had. So if I had a date, it usually didn't go past one or two, because once they figured out that they weren't going to get anywhere with me, well, that was done. But I'm proud of that. So, I'm a Christian girl. I did not, I have morals, and I did not want to do anything that was unpleasing to my God nor to my parents. So I remained a virgin for a very long time, past my friends. Yay for me. So anyway, that being said, so after I got out of high school, I decided, hey, guess what? I'm 18. I can now make decisions for myself, and can't nobody tell me what to do because I am 18 and I am legal. So, okay, so I wound up moving out of my parents' house and into an apartment with one of my best friends and from high school. And yeah, let's just say 6 months into my adventure of life for Debbie only, I wound up in some trouble. It wasn't good. And this big bad world ate my lunch. You hear me? And it didn't take long. Well, anyway, because of my low self-esteem and all this kind of stuff, if a cute guy paid me any attention or whatever, I was just like all over that. So I met this dude at 19, and he was cute, and he paid me some attention, and I met him at a roller rink, and he could skate, and I was like, oh my God, and I liked his name. But anyway, my older brother tried to tell me was not a good relationship for me, but did I listen? No. Tell me what 18, 19-year-old listens, because no, they don't. So anyway, I wound up marrying this guy. That lasted a whole year and a half. I got out of that relationship, and then I wound up in another relationship, which was with a man that was abusive physically, mentally, and emotionally, not only to me but to my two children. And I stayed in that for 13 and a half years, and I got out of that. Have been free from that relationship for 19 years, and it's awesome and wonderful. So let me tell you women something. If you're in that kind of crap, get out. You can do it. Look at me. This is 19 years later, okay? And I know some situations are way more horrible than the one that I was in, but mine was bad enough for me, and I got out of that. But when I got out of that, I decided that I was no longer going to let any man control my life, that I was going to take control of my life, and I was not ever going to depend on a man to take care of me financially, because that was one of the strongholds that my ex had on me, was I had no income. So when I walked out of the door, I walked out with $6, 2 kids, a dog, and a truckload full of stuff that I knew that if I didn't take it that time, I would never get. So anyway, moved in with my dad, stayed there for 6 months, then moved 2.5 hours away to where my mom lived, and I have been here ever since. I met my husband now of 18 years. I met him here, and he just really helped me to mend and put up with a lot from me and my children in healing and getting past all the damage that was done to us during our life with my ex. So anyway, that's not going to define me as to who I am today. I refuse. You hear me, girls, refuse to be a victim to something that was not pleasant in my life. I'm not going to let that control the rest of my life. I choose to move on. I choose to be Debbie, because guess what? I lost who she was during that 13 years. And I am now who I am, and I'm proud of who I am, and I am happy with who I am. Most days, menopause kind of screws that up sometimes. But anyway, that's a whole nother story, a whole nother day. But anyway, I choose to be an overcomer. You know, I'm not going to allow anything that was negative in my life to be still negative in my life now. That's the past. I have no control over that anymore. There's nothing I can do about that anymore. But guess what? I am in control from this very second right here, moving forward. And so I have made a goal for myself, and I have made a commitment to myself. Okay? This is not a New Year's resolution, because I don't resolve anything. I have to make goals in my life, and I have to set them daily and make sure that I'm going to reach them daily. And so they're little micro goals. They're not nothing huge and big, but the outcome will produce that eventually. And so my goal right now is I'm going to show up for me every day. I'm going to show up for my business. I have a direct sale business that I'm less than February will be a year that I was introduced. I didn't do the business for several months. I did it as a hobby, and then I decided to pursue it as a business. So I'm about 9-10 months into the business part of it. And no, I'm not making no 6- and 7-figure income yet. But y'all just hang on, because if you follow me through my life this year, you're going to see it happen, because I stand in faith that it's going to happen, and I'm going to do what it takes for it to happen. And I am plugging into me for 2019, and I want to see you do the same thing. So I'm not going to stay long on this, because I'm going to share life stories and this adventure with you along the way, and I hope that you will plug into the crazy world of this Me Meets Chocolate Madness chick and see what makes me tick, what makes me the way I am, and just follow this thing, because my life can be crazy. I know yours is too, right? So you have to show up for you. You have to decide what is important for you. You have to decide what you want for your life. My eye is on the prize. And the prize for me, I love the beach. I want to live on the beach. And I want to have my business. I want to be able to I got neighbor kids outside my window. Anyway, I want to be able to take the finances that I'm going to make with this business and pay cash for a beach condo that I am going to retire into and live the life that I've always wanted to live. And so that's kind of my goal. That's kind of my why that gets me going there. But you know what? There's steps that it takes to do that, and I have to plug into me, and I have to make a commitment. I have to commit to myself daily to show up and to do the steps that it takes to make this business successful for me and to make my life what I want my life to be. This video is not about my business really so much as it is about me. And I just want you to plug in and follow this crazy chick on this journey for 2019. You're starting with me on day 1. And every day I am going to try my best to come in here and do a video and share with you my experiences from that day and my life lessons, because guess what? There is a lesson in everything that you do. But girls, let me tell you something. You are enough. And you matter. Your life matters. Your story matters. And this is your story, and you have to write it. So how are you going to write yours? Follow me and see how I write mine. Some chapters may be good. Some chapters might be kind of, girl, what done happened to you? But we're going to do this thing called life together. And I want you to share it with me, because by doing this video, I am being held accountable, right? And so anyway, God bless you. I hope you have an amazing 2019, and just follow me through this journey. I would appreciate it. Please like and share this video, and I'm going to post it on YouTube. And so subscribe to my videos and follow me on this adventure. And I am going to catch all of you folks on the flip side.